Hello, good morning friends. Welcome back to your favorite channel Code1 Digest. Today in this tutorial, we will learn the developing and deploying the Node.js application in Docker. So in this tutorial, we will be developing a Node.js application and then we'll learn how to deploy and run this Node.js application into a Docker containers. Right friends? So I'll show you step by step how can you create Node.js application, then how to create Docker image of this Node.js application and then how to run it into a Docker. So stay tuned. It is going to be a very exciting and informative video. So watch this video till end.
He has an agenda.
Okay friends, so here is the agenda of this tutorial today. I'll give you introduction of this tutorial, what we are trying to do. Then I explain you the Node.js packages that we are using in this project. Then we'll do a coding to create a Node.js application. Then once that is done, we'll be creating a Docker file for this Node.js application to create a Docker image. Finally, we'll build the Docker image for this Node.js application and then we'll deploy and run that Node.js Docker image into a Docker container. Right, friends? Friends, before we proceed in this video, I request you to subscribe this channel to grow Code1 Digest family. Friends, I am creating a lot of quality videos on programming, coding concepts, design pattern and design principles, cloud and container technologies, but I'm not getting subscribers. I request you to like, share and subscribe this channel so that I can grow our Code1 Digest family. Thank you.
All right, let's get started.
So friend, these are some prerequisites for this tutorial. You should have a Node.js. I'm using version 18.14.2 of Node.js. Then I'm using an NPM version of 9.5.0. Then you should also have a Docker running into your machine. I'm using Docker 20.10.14 and I'm using Visual Studio to develop my Node.js application. Okay friends, then let's understand the Node.js Express package, what it is and why do we use it. So in Node.js, whenever we want to build a web application, that time we have to go and use the Express module in the Node.js. Express module provides us all the libraries that is required to create web applications or microservices. It's provide you the support for the server. It provide you the support for the endpoints, microservices endpoints, and so on. So whenever we want to create a web application, we should be using the Express module in Node.js. Right, friends? Okay, friends. So in this tutorial, these are the steps that we'll do. Right, friends? So we'll be doing these 4 steps in this tutorial. Very simple steps, right, friends? So let's see that now. Okay, let me show you how to start with our project. Okay, friends. Now let me start with a Hello World project in Node.js. Let me show you the steps to create a Hello World program. Okay, friend. So create a directory with your project name. I am giving node hello world app in Docker. Okay, so these are directory. I am going in that node hello world in Docker. Right now I am in this directory. I don't have anything here. Now what you have to do is you have to do npm init to create a package.json file. So it will ask you a couple of information, right? It's asking the name of your project is, so say yes, press enter. Version 1.0, press enter. You can give description, a dummy description of your project, yes, and then entry point index.js. I'll say server.js. I want to have an entry point as a server.js, right? Test command, nothing for now. Get repository, nothing for now. And keyword, nothing for now. Author, I'll say Code1 Digest. You can give your name, license, and say yes. Okay, so now if you see, the packet.json would have been created here, right? So this packet.json is created. Now let me import these into Visual Studio. Okay friends, so now I have imported that project. I could see a packet.json file. You see, when we run npm init, it creates the package.json file. So whatever information we have given is captured here. Now what we have to do is we also have to provide a dependencies. So what we can do is we can go here and pwd, I am in that project, right, node hello world app in Docker. Now I'll do is npm install express because we want express package. So let me install npm install express. This is a command to install express package. Why we need express package is because express package is required to build any web app application or microservices. Express package gives you a library to create web application and microservices. So see, it says is installed, dependency is added here, and it says express 4.18.2. so when you install express, automatically this dependency would get added to package.json. So now we'll create our server.js file. Let me create that. Server.js file. Server.js file, let me explain you. So very first line, express required express. So I'm defining a constant express and I'm saying import module express that we have installed, right? And we have included that in package.json as a dependencies. So express is available to us. Then I'm defining a port, on which port I want to run my application, that is on 8080. Then I'm defining a host, that is I'm going to run it on localhost. And then I am starting my app by calling express function and defining an endpoint, get endpoint at slash, okay, and then just response.send hello world. Okay, so as soon as somebody will hit a slash, it will return hello world as a string in a browser, right friends? Now this is done. Then after that I am just saying app.listen. This is the function where actually the app starts, giving the port and host, and then I'm printing a console log that running application with this URL, right? So this is very simple basic Node.js application. We can even try that. Okay, let me show you. Let's go to console and see files. Let me clear that. So I have server.js, packet.json file, and node modules where I have all our required modules. Now to start this application, I have to say node server.js. Let us see. Yeah, so it says running on 8080. Let's try hitting it. HTTP localhost 8080. Yeah, so it is giving me a response hello world. That means it is working fine. So now what is our next step? Our next step is to create a Dockerfile, because now application is ready. Application is responding us on 8080 port. Next step is to create a Dockerfile. Why Dockerfile? Because Dockerfile tells how your image will be created, what all dependencies are required to run your application, so that we can create an image and then we can run that image into our container. Okay, let's go and create a Dockerfile now. Let me create a Dockerfile. Yeah. Okay friend, so this is what I have written, the Dockerfile. I have all this content in the Dockerfile. Let's understand line by line. So if you see the very first line, I'm saying to run this app you would require a node version 18. Okay, you can also give a latest, but yeah, we have given a 18. So from node 18, that means it will download a node 18 in your container. Then I'm setting a working directory as so user source app. Then finally I'm copying all package star.json to this working directory. If you see package star, so I would have package.json, package-log.json. So all those files will get copied to this working directory. Then once that is done, I would be running a command. Run is a command, and what are the instructions to run? Npm install, right? So
Having this package.json will tell an npm that you have to install express, because we have defined express as a dependency in package.json. So it will install the express module in your container. Once this is done, then you're saying copy dot, you will be copying everything to image. Friends, to create a bundle of your image, we are using the copy instructions. It will copy everything into your image. Now next line is expose 8080. So what we are saying is expose port 8080 from your container. As we know that we are running our app on port 8080, hence we would like to expose that port outside the container. So we are saying expose port 8080, and then finally a command to start our application, that is node server.js, right? So this is the instruction, right? Clear with me, friends? Now next step is we'll be creating a Docker image for this application. Before that, we would need a command to build our application. So I have created a command. Let me explain you what is this command. I'm saying docker build -t is for tag, and the tag name is code1digest / the name of my application, that is node hello world app in docker. So this name I'm giving, and dot, that is from current directory, and this command will run in the root of our application where we have a Dockerfile. So let me take this and I'll go to console. Let me stop this server first. It is running in a local. Okay, stop, clear, and let me see what I have. I have a Dockerfile here. Now I'll paste that command here, right? Let me show you what all images I have. So let us see Docker images. So I have some other images, but I don't have anything related to node hello world. If you see in all of this, I have other images that I am using it for my testing. Okay, let me paste the command now. Yeah, this is a command. Let me build our application now. We have to give that and hit it. Yeah, so now it is building that image. It is downloading the node version 18 and will pack everything. Okay, so it says done. Let us see if we have image listed in Docker images. Yes, so do you see the image that we have at the top is the latest image just now we created. Now what we do is we'll run this image in a Docker container. Okay, so let us see first if any got Docker container running. So the command to check if any Docker container running is docker ps. That means no container running, and we may have a container but it is in a stop state. So to see that all the containers active and stopped, you use docker ps hyphen all hyphen all. So it will give you all the containers. Even if the containers are not running, those containers will be listed here. So these are the containers, but I don't have anything node hello world kind of which is running. So we don't have that tag, the tag that we have created. So we don't have any container running that tag. Now it's time for us to run our Docker image into a Docker container. But before that, let's prepare a command to run our Docker container. So let me show you the command. So this is our docker run command. Docker run -p is to do a port mapping from container port to external port, right friends? So we are saying container 8080 port should map to our machine 8080 port, and this is the name of my tag. This is my tag that I want to run in a container. Okay, let me copy this command. Let me go to my console. Again, I don't have any container running. Let me paste this command. Docker run -p 8080 map to 8080, and this is my tag code1digest / node hello world app in Docker. Let me run. Yep, so it says it's running. So we can now again go back to our browser, and let me open a new tab. Let me close these, and I'll say http localhost 8080. So on hitting this, the request will go to 8080 port of localhost. It is now mapped to a container 8080. So that's how the request would get served from the server, from the container. Let me hit that. Yes, I'm getting response. That means our application, our hello world application, is running successfully in a container. Okay friends, so now you can see that this application is running with the container ID this, and the image that is deployed here is Code One Digest node hello world app in Docker, and this is a command entry point to start our application, that is node space server.js, and it says the time, how long our application is running. The container name, it gives random. If you don't give, you can give your custom name also. Right friends, so this says our container is up and running, our application image. Absolutely fine. So let me show you what we have done as a part of this tutorial. If you see, we had created hello world app in Node.js, then we created Dockerfile, then we build a Docker image for our app, and in the last step we run the Docker image into our Docker container. Right friends, with me? It is always a good practice to stop our container if it is not in use, to save the resources and CPU. So we'll also do the same thing. As this container is still running, and if we are not using that application, we should stop the container and free the resources. So let me see here, docker ps. So it says this application is running. Now we want to stop this, so you can say docker stop the container ID. Right? So if you see on this terminal, we are running the container, it is still up and running. Let's hit this command to stop our container. Yep, so it's stopped now. Let us see here. Yes, it came out of that, and we have a prompt available. So if you see here, docker ps, nothing is running, but we will have that container in a stopped state. If I'll say docker ps -- all to see all the containers, so it says the container ID exists with this image, but it is not running. It is in a exited state. Okay friends, I hope now it is clear how simple and easy it is to write a Node.js application and to deploy and run that application into a Docker container. So if you like this video, so give it a thumbs up, and if you are new to the channel, so do subscribe to our channel to grow Code One Digest family.
Okay friends, so now let me summarize what we learned in this tutorial today. I gave you introduction of Node.js, then we understood the Express module in Node.js, why do we use it? Then we perform the coding of Node.js application. I shown you how to write a hello world program into a Node.js. Then I explained you what is Dockerfile and how to create a Dockerfile for our Node.js application. What are the different attributes in Dockerfile, right? Then I shown you how to build a Docker image for Node.js application. What is the command to create a Docker image for Node application? Then I also explained you then how can you run and deploy the Node.js Docker image into a Docker container. Right friends, I shown you the command that is used to do a port mapping and to run our Docker image into a Docker container.
Sounds good, man. Sounds good. Good plan. Good talk, all right?
Friends, if you like this video, so give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel for the more interesting videos. Click on the bell icon for the latest video notifications, and do not forget to share this video with all your friends and colleagues. This is very useful information for students, beginners, and software engineers. I am putting a lot of efforts in creating these contents, so please help me growing the Code One Digest family. Please subscribe to Code One Digest channel for the latest programming and technology related videos. Thank you.